Jambo Kenya, and welcome to this beautiful week. I trust you've had a very wonderful weekend. There are two commentaries I want to make today regarding the national discourse and especially what happened last week and that is spilling over to this week. There is something that happened, especially about the intolerance, the act of intolerance, and as far as many people try to warp it not to see the political side of it, because there are glaring issues that we must say, especially in that particular act of kutupa kiatu kwa rais, and there is no justification for that. That was completely gross from the perpetrators and of course the security people, because any attempt to the life of the president, of course, has an adverse effect on the peace and order in this country. And as far as you might be discontented with anything you want to say, you just have to be civic and civil enough so that you deal with it when it comes to the right time. And we tell every institution that is concerned to ensure that which spilled over is taken care of, so that next time we don't have such developments. Because I was imagining if it was something that could be lethal, then we'd be talking about a different story. So I'm saying, generally what I'm saying is that was completely gross, and we must tell ourselves to exercise maximum restraint as far as the politics is concerned. And of course, I had many undertones yenye jana wamekutana kwa Munyoro. Na kama kawaida si tunasema kwamba viongozi wakiungana wakati mwingi wanaongeleanga mambo yao. And it's still an issue really in this country, because we've not gotten it right. That most of the time we come together, the most of the discourse we have oscillates around the people, and especially our political nemesis. So what we are saying is the concerns Kenyans are raising has nothing to do with personalities. It has everything to do with how to address the issues. And I'm still looking for that opportunity. I'm still looking for that particular person who will still be candid enough to tell us the solutions, the many problems our people are going through. Because really, mimi wanasemanga, unless we are told that the difference wa Munyoro and the president has affects directly the people, the deliveries to the issues of our people, unless that is the case, then sisi tutasema tuko sawa. But as we speak now, I don't think we have any issue with that. Let them settle their political differences elsewhere. But wakati tumefika siasa, sisi tutajudge everybody based on the issues they are saying. And when I see through that discourse yesterday, mimi niliona japokuwa watu wanasema Matiang'i yako na dosari, mimi nilisikia kija alisema, because I backed his statements. And in most of the cases, Kenyans nataka mtu mwenye anauzia hope. So I had something touching the hope issue. So yeye alikuwa anasema, okay, we are alive to the challenges this country is going through. And in any case, we still believe that we are the sole responsible people to solve those issues. And that is exactly what Kenyans want to listen. Sisi hatutaki tuone ni nani akona ngumi ya kutosha kupiga mwingine. That is neither here nor there. So I think these people must be told that we are really concerned with issues. Sisi tuambiwe mashida ambazo zinatukumba. It's not about who stands where. It's about the deliberate strategies on how to better those issues. And I think that is what the other people, the prospects, must really canvass and leverage, so that they don't suffer the same fate they are criticizing the current president on. And really, one issue that really played out is, up to this date, sijaona bado wanaongelea mambo ya maboys mavijana, na unajua issues mingi. You see, when these people troop, I think they troop on the level of their influence. And you saw when you speak about influence, you're talking about the financial influence. So that the underpin factor ya vijana bado kutokuwa na kitu bado ina play out hata kwa political discourse. Watu disregard young men just because they don't have anything. But see, the only weapon we have is just our voice to raise. And I think in so doing, it can convince one or two so that they make a civic duty of ensuring that they protect that which they are missing in that particular ballot. So what we are saying is, as far as most of these people are trooping together, the one constant is there is no interest of youth within that particular circle. And I still want us to urge ourselves that we must, lazima tujitume, so that na pia hata wakiwa kwa nafasi lazima pia wajue ya kwamba we are partakers of the governance issues in this country, and there is no discussion that will move ahead without the interest of youth in that particular discourse. So what we are saying, the Wamunyoros and the Rutos must still find it central in their heart to ensure that they incorporate the young people. Otherwise, you see, this is a time bomb, and they'll always come out to speak out, and they'll do that which is within their presence to ensure that they protect that which they are missing, or even that which they are looking for. And there is something really, the two things before I have a closure. Nimesikia rafiki yangu Faruk na viongozi wanapigana na ule retired president 3 years into election. You see, and I'm seeing a stark contradiction of absurdity, because as much as they are fighting the same person, we are in denial that it's us who went to pursue him at this comfort akiwa ameretire. Ni sisi tulienda Ichaweri tukamwambia utusaidie to give us a breathing space, an instrument to survive in this regime that is remaining. Ni sisi tulienda, by the way, if I remember, ni rais ndiye alienda Ichaweri akaenda kumtafuta, and as we speak the former president gave his lieutenants, henchmen, to be CSS in this government, and even PSS. So as we fight him, let's be cognizant to that fact, that there is no, you cannot reprobate and approbate at the same time, because this is the same person you went for, this is the same person ulienda kumtafuta. So tukimpiga pia, tujue ya kwamba we are even surviving on his blessings. That the many CSS that is seconded in this government are here. So what we are saying is, why do you find comfort fighting the shadows rather than, even demonstrating that fight in itself by sending his personal people that are in this government away? Ideally, it would be any other person that is affiliated and associated with the former president must be home. Really. So unapiga baba na uko na watoto wake. What is the balance there? So what we are saying is people should demonstrate utmost sincerity as far as mediocrity and even sycophancy is concerned, because ultimately you cannot really just accuse the father while you babysit the children. Ideally, this is and this is the father that seconded these children to your table of leadership. So what we are saying is, as far as we are trying to be discontented with whatever sentiments he's saying or whatever issues he's doing behind the scenes, Kenyans are saying, if you're honest with that, why did you have to go look for him on his retirement home? Why did we have to do that? And as we speak, why do we babysit his own henchmen that is seconded to this government? So it should be, if you want to deal with him, deal with everything that is associated with him then, so that tusione ni kama sasa tunacheza siasa. And it's neither here nor there, because by the way, sisi hatutaki emotions. This time round, unajua last time we use these cardia emotions to win these elections that we have. But going into the future, we will be charged on the responsibilities of the position we had. And there will be no middle ground about it. So wewe utakuwa unasema ulikuwa na nafasi na ulipewa. Usikuje tuambie ati ni nani alikuwa na kupigana kitambo. No, no, no. That is neither here nor there. So this should be a rally call to all of us that as we try really to cast aspersions or even to try to look for an escape route from the responsibility question, we must be deliberate. So, because Kenyans are not blind anyway, Kenyans are aware of everything that's happening within this jurisdiction. And they know that we are surviving based on the blessings of those particular families. And I don't know if there is a way that we can police the personal opinions on politicians. It's so hard, really, because there are people that are born to families that are purely political. And it's so hard really to condemn that and contain that, because I'm even seeing that even the ruling class today, of course, if you look around, most of the people within themselves are always, in any case, associated with politics. And there will come a time that will not just condemn the activeness in politics just because they are retired. That's not even the case. They are neither here nor there, because people have given you mandate, and you should not even going to cast aspersions and even gaslight and chase the unnecessary shadows just in defense and in the guise of trying to run away from what people have given you in form of a mandate. So that is really an issue I wanted to say. And there is also one that people have been pressing me to speak about, especially on this Angata Barako issue. And watu wa nyumbani wanasema mbona usemi? And I think I've said in the other lives that, you see, president is in a quagmire. Most of the people are saying the president has not come out to condemn that particular act of lawlessness and carelessness that led to mass killings, because every life cannot just be lost, and anybody can just become silent over it. So, and I was saying, president is in a very delicate state of affairs, because he cannot condemn his people, he cannot condemn the police force at the same time, and you know these are his people. But anyway, what I'm saying is, unajua ni vigumu sana. Rais amewekwa katikati between a hard rock and a stone. Na ile kitu ngumu zaidi ni kwamba, unajua akijaribu kukondem sasa mauaji ya Wakipsigis, unajua there are new darlings huko. For the first time, Maasais in numbers, they've demonstrated a will to support this government for the first time. Ideally Maasai, unajua ile wakati wa Moi tulikuwa na Kamatusa, na ile Kamatusa ndio pia wakati mwingi ndio tulikuwa tunategemea kama voting basket. But wakati Raila aliingia kwa kiti, wakati mwingi wa Maasai they turned their loyalty to him. And as we speak, you see the president is looking for support base from almost every quarter. And one of them that has it's so precarious that he cannot blindly engage in is any war that would even trigger anything that is historical as far as even the future is concerned. So Ishamba ya Angata is one of the emotive issue, because there are two players in it, and of course there are proxies and parodies within these segments. The main one is Kipsigis, and another warring party is Maasai. Now president ako katikati, akikondem yale ameendelea, Wamasai wataona ni kama rais ako na mkono katika huu support wa Kipsigis. And the stand belief from both sides is they are vehemently defending the ground that shamba ni yao. Unaona, Kipsigis wanasema ni yao, Maasai wanasema ni yao. And this issue ya shamba, it's cross-cutting even the other regions that are predominantly Maasais. So rais must exercise maximum restraint as far as calling out anything or even speaking to that particular issue is concerned. Unfortunately, some of us would feel that he's betraying this particular group of people that is believed to be his. But unfortunately, this game of politics, every step you make has a ripple effect on the future. And this is, the president is at a very precarious position today, and he cannot risk that particular segment of people that already has demonstrated will to support him. So it's a delicate balance. Watu ya Kipsigis itabidi mumeelewa, kwa sababu akisema hivyo Wamasai watasema vile, na pia ikifanyika huko nyinyi mtasema huko. So you'll have to spare him, because this politics, and he must balance for the sake of his survival at 2027 election. Unfortunately, it is what it is, and that is what is happening. There are some many outbursts from ACS, and you see, these are the many things that are breaking ndio ina deflate the tire ya KBB, kwa sababu every other time you have a mic una provoke some emotions, then you need to be cautious. And we are saying this in the best interest of ensuring that every person that is responsible must be held responsible, so that when you're given mandate to lead, then you must be aware that everything that you speak has shadows of the person you represent. And therefore we are saying everybody lazima akwe macho na yala anasema. These political excitements are neither here nor there. Ukichukua mic, wachana na siasa, sema zile issues na ujue itakuwa na effect gani kwa wale wenye your audience wenye wako within, because some other things can even exacerbate the nature of the problems that is within that environment. So we are saying everybody should take maximum restraint. Of course, nimeona matroops huko walilima Orengo na octogenarian Nyang'nyong'o. The Raila massive supporters jana wakiwa kanisa, that we want to acknowledge and give accolades the president, really, because he has ensured that he lived by the word he made to the people, he vowed to the people of Migori and even the Nyanza region. Like when we look at the last 6 months, I think he's counted there more than that 6 particular months, more than that particular 6 times. And most of the time, these visits is always accompanied with massive development infrastructures. And we want to appreciate that, because we want to see that particular region developed. But what we are saying is it should be in an equitable manner, so that as you do those others in the other peripheries, you also have to replicate those, whatever you're doing in these particular regions. And we are not really selfish about this region ya Rift Valley. Do it elsewhere, so that tuone hata wengine inafanyika, so that watu wasiseme ya kwamba it's a political play altogether, because you want to please your partner, your political partner, ule rafiki yako mpya Raila. And it is what it is, really. It is true that is the nature of what you are doing. But ultimately, of importance is you must be doing this equitably na ikwe kila mahali. But unfortunately, huku ndio tunasafa, by the way. Hakuna kitu, na hizo matua zenye tunapatanga zinakuanga za kanisa sana sana. So ukipunguza kanisa, weka mingi ikwe ya maendeleo. Hata kama haiko, kwa sababu mingi zile uliahidi hazijafanyika, it has not taken course. Kuja tu that hata usalimie watu na uwauzie matumaini. So nini ingine, I'll not say much today. Just had that wrap of what just happened. But as far as that particular whatever ule jamaa kiatu alifanya, si tumesema tu, that's unnecessary. Exercise that anguish in the ballot. Ikifika hilo wakati, chukua kura yako, tupa hiyo kura kama kiatu. Usipigane vita, kwa sababu kuna vita zingine hazitakuwa na maana. It will cost your life. So good day, you people. Our leaders are greedy. Your commentaries, okay. Yeah, they are really. Nobody's concerned. And there is this particular bill, mimi nimeona ya NGCDF. And it's public. Nimeona kabisa the energy that MPs are giving is so overwhelming. And you see everything that is accompanying such nature of energy. There are many things that are associated with it. But what we are saying is, you see, you cannot have your cake and eat it. The constitution is so clear that the MPs have 3 mandates of representation, legislation, and oversight. And it was just a political conmanship that these particular CDF and overseeing projects was done. You see, this was just a political expediency game, because really, how would you balance the oversight role while you're implementing the same issue? Who will be held responsible if at all anything spills over? So ideally, that would not be the case really, because the constitution is so clear that the other one must supervise the other one. But what we are saying is, because our MPs kazi yao ni kudeal na hii CDF na basari, sisi tunataka tuseme ikiwezekana kwa hii mambo ya fees, weka hizo pesa yote, fanya education absolutely free. Hizi mambo zingine ati utakuja kuita watu wakae mahali fulani wape tokenism in form of bursaries, I mean, this is unsustainable and this is discriminatory, because you'll find that the same MPs are using that to advance their political interest and selfishness. And in any case, if you look at even the auditor's report, most of the MPs have been implicated because it's a cash cow in itself. So what we are saying, if that is the case, this thing must be transformed. Na ikiwezekana, hii mambo ya katiba ifuate tuteleta. Haiwezekani ya kwamba tunaweka katiba, tukishaweka sisi ndio tunakuja tunapiga kwa sababu tunataka to benefit selfishly. So mimi naona ya kwamba that is gross, na watu waendelee huko kufanya mambo yao, wafanye oversight na wafanye legislation, and the MPs must be marked by that particular script. Hizo zingine Kenya wanafanya, hizo ni siasa na hizo ni binafsi, kwa sababu they should be doing the oversight on that particular aspect ya executive, the implementing authority. And the bill is out here. The discussion is on course. So if you find an opportunity, share you are part of the script. But you know, we are not going to lose it. I know. I've had this is now politics yenye itakuja kucheza. Nimesikia Raila anasema hii NGCDF itolewe because it's unconstitutional. Ruto mwenyewe amesema NGCDF ibaki. So look at the contradiction. Of course, Ruto is looking for legitimacy from the MPs, kwa sababu anajua akitoa hiyo MPs watampiga vita. So it's just a survival tactics. But anajua nyuma ya akili yake ya kwamba it's not constitutional anyway. The courts have pronounced itself on that particular aspect. But he's trying to legalize it through whatever is happening today. But ultimately what we are saying is, you cannot have the cake and eat it. The constitution so expressed, and we must live by that. That is if our common sense were prevailing. But because of the fact that we want to drive politics in almost everything, that is it. That is what it is today. I know even the opinions of Kenyans has never lived even in these national discourses, because if that was the case, most of the things could not be standing even beyond this public participation. But it's going to happen. But I know the courts will say something on the same. So Luis Kipkoech, Kelaman Manyora, why are you bringing my lecturer to this WhatsApp group? Hey, if you are not comfortable with what it's saying here, you know what to do. These are the basics I cannot explain to you guys, because ultimately kila mtu anafanya kazi yake. If you are a fan of the other one, then kila mtu si yako ligi yake. No issues, and we are not in competition with anybody. And Manyora Nandi, no, I'm not a political commentator on Nandi issues, by the way. If you listen to most of the commentations I'm making, it has nothing to do with Nani, Luis, and you know that. Because I really find it hard, and I've said it severally, that hata ukiongelea mambo ya Nandi na bado muna implantiwa leaders, then it beats logic. It's neither, I see it, we cannot waste our time in the things that we know ultimately it has been monopolized by a certain quarter. So what we are saying, if you are interested with changing leadership, even from your presence, what you need to do is you get it right by ensuring that you take your civic duty, and taking it principally. You know, sometimes we say that we vote, but you know, voting in a democratic society is not a justification of having the right person of your choice, and it doesn't end there even. It's a progressive issue. So that is what is happening here. Sometimes you implanted leaders and you tend to regret. So what you are saying is, ikiwezekana, wale wenye wanahusika kututafutia viongozi wakae kando, sisi tujitafutie, because ultimately tukilia tunalia when we made a fool ourselves. But assume sasa wamewekewa, so that ukifika every other polling station mtu anakuambia, by the way, kiongozi sikumchagua, how did he even end up being our leader? So these are the issues that we are saying really. Sometimes tunaweza kuwa tunapiga kifua, but there is less we can do as far as we are not taking that principal position as the people. From Nandi is not the same as for Nandi, okay? Those are just semantics, but I saw that gentleman trying to paint a totally different script on what he's saying. So, beautiful guys, that is what we want to say. We'll keep on commenting on any other development as ikitokelezea huko nyumbani pia na kule kwingine. But mumeona timeline ya rais, he'll be there in Migori for the entire week. Ajua akimaliza ataenda kwingine for another week, na tunasema asante. Akimaliza huko pia hawa majamaa wamwambie sisi pia tunamhitaji huko, na akuje kutoka Monday, Sunday watu waombe kwa makanisa zao, kwa sababu wakati mwingi anaanzanga Sunday akipitanga. So we also need such a program, an elaborate program, ndio sisi pia tufaidike kwa zile projects ambazo tunalipia taxes. So thank you, that was our time. Have a beautiful day.